little Mary, little Sherry. Little Mary, little Sherry, your dresses I do adore. They once were blue and now they're red, and drag upon my floor. Oh, little Mary, you should have heed your sister Sherry as she screamed, do not open up the door. As you did, like any kid, I brandished the knife I hid. My knife flew out my pocket like a rocket as it slid past the rib into your vocal cords. There was something I could not ignore. Mary, her blue dress, had made a mess upon the finished floor. While the red paint began to pour, I screamed and roared as memory soared into my recorded brain, reminding me of life and love when my world was sane. My veins became growing pains filled with fire, burning my desires that rested in my skin-covered empire. The outlandish lust vanished in dust, however, it is too late, for Mary's death sealed my fate behind the devil's gate. As I lied in gore that covered Mary's sores, my madness came back for more. That's when I heard a simple word. Daddy, wake up! Daddy, lift your eyes! As I did, both my lids opened up to lies. There they stood, looking very good, in blue dresses as they should. Little Mary, little Sherry, I carry both into the sun. As we danced and had our fun, my work was not yet done. Harry, Harry, wake up for Sherry. I could hear a very clear voice of nightmares in my ear. As I awoke, I was stoked to find someone tied me to a bed. As I pulled up my head, my body shivered with dread. In front of me stood a man who once shook my hand and called me friend, but those days are at a bloody end, for kindness was pretend. He took out his light, pointed to my right, and as my head followed, it gasped in sight. Sherry was in tears of fright. Daddy, please help me. Oh, Sherry, can't you see? You're going to die by the hands of me, said the man who smiled with glee. No, you're not! I'm going to set us free! That's when he stood up and said to me, Oh, please! You're not going anywhere. With smashed up knees, it's like trapping any bear. Once the skin wears, the body begins to tear. Then you're left standing there. As your insides go red from air, no one said life was fair. It's gotta go sometime, like Sherry's hair. There my daughter was, broken teeth, her eyes lost in grief, and head was given a buzz. As his smile stirred, he walked up and spoke to her. "Ah, little Sherry, do you miss Mary? Don't worry, you'll be buried with Harry in your very own grave. Doesn't that sound fun, Sherry Dave?" "Look, Harry, she's not very happy at the news. Maybe she would be if I didn't leave her bruised." I fired back with a verbal attack, hoping to slash and leave a gash in his soul. "You used us! Lied to gain our trust!" I screamed. "Ah, yes, I made this little mess. But I did it to give bad dreams. And it seems you blame yourself for what I did to that thing you called a kid. Oh, Harrison, it was a shame to see little Mary burn in flames. As for your wife, I ended her life with the knife you brought back from the war. I wish I could stick it in her neck just a little more. I ended the life of the little whore just before," he went on with a strong tone of his he called his own. "Well, let's just say it was after You broke into my home and tried to fight me all alone, but I smashed your collarbone and turned the tables like a Game of Thrones. Took you by surprise as I came up from behind, had your army knife and put it in your spine. You couldn't fight, tried as you might. That knife was stuck in tight. So when I swung a right, despite your might, you said nighty night. Now for the encore. I'm going to skin you two like wild boars. But just before I begin the whore, I'll put on a bright blue dress like the one your daughter wore.